Hello and welcome to the first inaugural, in fact, Let's Play video on this channel. I'm going to be doing an Ironman run from rags to riches on RogueLands starting in version 1.2 and hopefully complete it over the following weeks. So I'm going to record this all in bulk and hopefully give you massive episodes each time. Sort of cut it down the middle for an ad and everything else is just fair game. We'll just carry on playing it and keep going until we get to level 100. Now, the intent with this series, before I begin, is just to get to level 100 and keep the character. I'm not going to delete it. And for that, I've cleared everything. This is a completely reset, completely new save. I've got no races, nothing else. I've got no uniforms, no augments, no nothing. This is as fair as I could possibly be for an Ironman challenge. Now, I've got some semblance of a build I want to do. And before we actually get settled into everything, I have to apologise. My family is on holiday, which means I'm in charge of the dogs. So if I have to make any random cuts off or there's any extra noises, my dog Nelly, who I'm fussing right now, may need some help, or Stan, who is downstairs somewhere. So if I do disappear or anything's a bit awkward, I want to do this as seamlessly as I can, so if there's any interruptions, I do apologise. Furthermore, it's the middle of the summer, and it's a heat wave that we have from Spain here in the UK, so it's very hot, so I apologise. Anyway, we're going to do... I guess a Blade Master. I guess we're going to try and do something. It's actually a gunner, but I've got the option to choose whatever I want to do here. And I want to try and get to level 100. And then beyond that, I'm going to keep the character, keep this save away from my regular save. And hopefully be able to take down all of the arena bosses as they pop up as we continue through the game. So this isn't min-maxing, this isn't anything interesting, this isn't making a particularly powerful build. This is literally going from level 1 to level 100. And that's what we're going to do. Right, the time right now for me is 14:34, so I should be done by around about 3:30 for this one, but we'll see what happens just as the kids are coming out from school nearby. Right, so I've got no... I do have variants, actually. No, I don't. Never mind, I don't have anything. I have nothing at all. Thought I still had variants for the Wanderer, but I do not. So, what are we going to call you? I'm going to call you Steel, because it's an Ironman challenge, and I'm not very creative. Okay, so Steel. This is the default ship. This is everything. There is nothing to do. I've got no materials. I don't have any storage. I've just got to go in and not die. I've got 3 HP. How bad can it be? Okay, so Rigobot. If you gave me, like, something really good right now, I'd be ever grateful. Okay. This, like, pseudo lightsaber sound effect is beautiful, as usual. There we go, there's level 2. Hello! You gave me health packs. That's alright, I need those, Just organise my chest however I see fit. Oh my. Oh my. This is why I said rags to riches, because this game, it's incredibly fun, incredibly good to play around in, when you've earned a lot. And I mean that from a genuinely gracious standpoint. When you've got, there we go, when you've got enough gear and like globs of ether and whatever else to just make a build, you go in with research done and you can have a really strong character really quickly because you've got the races you need, you've got everything you need. But here that's not the case, unfortunately. I've got to put up with it and just try and win. Okay, honestly, I've done this as fair as I possibly can. And I feel that way genuinely. So this is longer form content. It's something that maybe people will be interested in. If you want to see the episodes cut down a bit, let me know. But I'm recording in bulk, so it'll just be the editing that really gets messed around more than just the... Ow. Ooh. But the editing gets cut down more than the actual length of the episodes themselves that I record. Ah, I thought I dodged that, but I didn't. Okay, just got a Duke over here. Heal up a little bit. It's a bit risky in there. Oh, that doesn't hit you. There we go. There we go. 6s. I'm doing 6s. That's great. Alright, this it's just poverty only having one droid. Ugh. That's the first thing I need to do. Is get more than one droid. Whew! Whew! Sketchier than I recall. Huh. Ow. Sorry. Oh. No, I'm out of potions. Okay, it's okay. I can manage. Here we go. Right. Question is, do I want to try and kill Gorak at level 1? If I find an open space, I'll do it. Schmooze won't kill me. That's fine. Okay. Huh! You want to keep doom bugs on your level, by the way. You want to keep them as close to you as you can, because if they're on the same level as you, they're on the same plane, you won't have to worry about them. Okay, maybe that was a bad idea. I'm just gonna get out of dodge. It's no problem. I'm just gonna run away. Okay, we'll go back to the Desolate Canyon. That's fine. Okay, we got some materials. We didn't get everything, but we got some materials, and I might as well level my sword, I guess, because that's the only thing I've got. And I'm gonna kill these mobs over here for some free, easy experience that won't get me a level, but it's okay. Okay. Here you go, Mr. Schmooze. There we go. Perfect. So yeah, this is what the game will be like if you've just... I do not want to buy that. If you've just started out, this is what the game will be like. It's not too difficult, it's not too hard, you just need to understand the processes at work to actually start playing the game, you know, from scratch. Generally, you're meant to go through and die, and I mean that... I dropped some bottles on the floor. I mean that in the and some more. In the nicest way possible, you need to die a lot. It seems like a ridiculous thing to say, because obviously it kind of is. The first thing in this here, I've got no recipes, so I've actually forgotten what anything builds out of now. I'm going to look it up. Okay, we're back. It's herb eye flutterfly. Okay, that's how we make potions. So that's cool. We'll get these back out. And pop some really weak potions at the start there. And there, I'm trying to make as many of them as I possibly can. There we go. 16. That's much better. I feel a bit more comfortable with that. Next up, I wanted to get some more droids, but I don't think I've got the materials for it. But that's not the end of the world, because I just need to take things slow to begin with, and then eventually we can start making strides into uncharted territories, which are really, you know, I've been to many times, but places where things aren't as scary, and I can feel a bit more safe. Believe it or not, this is the only level that you ever really need to do. I could be really boring, to tell you the truth, and I could... that's one. I could just do Desolate Canyon all the way up to level 100. It'd take me ages, but it wouldn't make for a good video, and it'd be really boring. So that's not what I'm going to do. I am instead going to try and entertain in some fashion. I'm not sure if this is the home for this kind of videos, to be honest. And I speak to you as openly as I possibly can. It's just that I've got some free time, and I want to make some content that isn't just the Ultimate Weapon series, because as much as I enjoy doing it, it's a lot of work on the forefront, and then it's... you know, slow reward. It's not something that people are going to click on straight away. It's not something that everyone's going to go, wow, I really need to see what the new Ultimate Weapon is. I want to see what this is. Because they're all in the game. If you wanted it, you could just go and get them yourselves. But it's there to serve as an accent to the wiki. And it's more of a slow burn. Like, I'm not sure if it's quite there, but the Caster Sword episode, the first one I did, is very slowly approaching 1,000 views. And it, you know, that's great. It's very slowly earning its place. It's very slowly becoming something useful. And hopefully people can, you know, watch it far into the flung future. Alright, I'm going to try and kill Gorak. I pretty much know all the strats, which is a lot of this game. It's understanding how to beat certain enemies with certain dodges and movements and things. But you want to make sure that when you're doing a Gorak, you have enough space to maneuver, just in case he pulls a funny turn. Which he does, quite a lot, to tell you the truth. There we go, I got him. Great. So I'm currently level 9. Look at that. Okay. Yeah. So the big scary boss is gone. I can explore this level as I see fit. Ow. And just slowly but surely earn enough of everything to be able to make enough potions, make some extra droids, do whatever I need to do as I'm slowly leveling up. Now, for reference, I have done all this before. I didn't record it because it was just me trying to get the Forsaken Mask. Because, to be honest, it's the best weapon, best augment in the game. Like, there is no question about it. And in that, I took a long time to gather materials. But that's all there is to it. It is a slow burn process. I'm actually back to the Dune bugs. They don't jump at you if you're on the same level as them, but if you jump up, they will follow. That's what they do. But you can kill them pretty easily. They're like one of the easiest mobs in the game to manipulate, assuming that you're not hidden somewhere and they just fall on you, which happens quite a lot. You need to be careful. There we go, let's just farm these up. Okay. Excuse me, Mr. Wasp. Ow. Ah! Okay, I dodged him. It's okay. Everyone's fine. Everyone's alive. It's all good. So yeah, I'm hoping with this, at least with this character, he's gonna jump on me. Yeah, see, there we go. Now he's on the same level. You can just kill him super easy. Right, so what I want to do with this is make a dex character. And I chose strength as well, so the early levels aren't an absolute chore. It's not too laborious. And as far as I'm aware, you still get like race stats from this as well. I'm not sure what they are. I think it's vitality, strength, and dex. But maybe faith. I'm completely lost to it now, but it doesn't make a difference. Okay, what level is this? Level 2. Okay. All right. Bring a bot. Do me a solid, and give me just like a legendary Ring of Bolts axe. Didn't work. Health pack 2 though. Right. So there are plenty of NPCs throughout levels, if you don't know, that pop up. They give you gear, or you know, some items. Some of them give you mods. Some of them give you weapons occasionally, things like that. And they are very useful to talk to make sure you get stuff. But in this sort of playthrough, in the type where you have no storage, which is what Ironman does, there's no multiplayer, no storage, so there's no way to cheat. Everything you do is from scratch, and you've got to figure your way all the way through the game, all the way up to level 100. So while you're figuring stuff like that out, it's probably for the best that you just take things slow and just throw away everything you can't use. So I'm going to get rid of this orichalcum for now, because the main things that I need are things to make potions, and things to make just the first tier of gear, the first tier of everything useful from there. Right, I'll buy that. That seems good. Strength 1 seems useful for now. There we go. Oh, I've done a quest. I didn't know I had a quest. That's a good call, actually. I could spam quests. Let's have a look. Okay, quest bot, what we got? Killed 5 dune bugs. Okay. Oh, just throwing away my orichalcum. Oh well. That's fine. Planet emblems, I might be able to do. 50 creature eyeballs. We can do that too. That'd be interesting. Right then, so I've got to leave anyway. Right now I've got swiftness and I've got my... oh shit, I'll grab them. I'll keep them for now then, I guess. And my additional strength stat from the chips, which is very useful. Okay, so back at the ship. I want to make some more potions. I should make 3. So there we go. I've got 19. That seems like enough for now. And then the rest I'm just going to turn into emblems. And I also need to get 50 of these for that quest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That'll do. Alright, so I can make 2 of those. That's fine. That's okay. That's alright. Right then. So, I'm just making some bits and pieces here. I don't need you for anything else. Okay. So I've got some stuff that I need. I'm going to keep collecting things. The secret about... scrap. Oh, that took a little bit of time to load. Secret about scrap is that you can sell it, so that's useless. Can't do anything here yet. That's an idea, actually. Right. Excuse me. I'd like to sell my scrap. That's it. That's all I wanted to sell. Thank you very much. And then 50 creature eyeballs. Bam. Got some more scrap there. And get me a level. That's pretty nice. We're gonna get can't do my orichalcum. 2 planet emblems. More scrap there. Fire slimes I can't do. Galactosite might take me a while. Orichalcum, not really much I can do there either. But there we go. I've harvested a few things. I've made a few, made a bit of experience up. Got some extra scrap into credits. And again, that is one of the most useful things you can do. I cannot stress that enough, because credits here aren't super useful unless you're doing ship droids, which are very useful. You can just like buy all of those and then sort of upgrade them as you go. I'm just going to do that for now. I think it's 1,000 to upgrade the rest. Yep. So I'll leave that, but this is going to set off to generate some more world fragments, which will be useful for getting extra gear and other things of that nature. And as for everything else right now, I've just missed it. I'm not used to the default layout of the ship. As for everything else, we've got to try and make some gear. So, my sword, I don't know if I want to replace just yet, but I want to get some more droids. I'm going to figure out the droid recipe just from my fabled wiki. Bear with me just a moment. Okay, so it is Flutterfly, Herb, Planet, in that order. So I can do this. Get another one of those. Make one more. That's an epic one. That's all right. Put that at the top. May have just wasted some of my luck there on getting an epic droid instead of something actually useful, but that's fine. So the long and short of it here is that I'm juggling a lot of different things to try and make extra gear, to make extra droids, to grab things quickly, and just to try and make my way through the levels safely and progress as we go. So it seems like we're just doing the same level over and over again, but that is the nature of the game, unfortunately. As I said, the end game goal here is to make this character and turn it from rags to riches. That is a phrase I'll probably use a lot. I think I've already used it twice before. But it's because as you get stronger in this game, you become able to one-shot these enemies and effectively dominate each of the levels as you cross them. And as you learn to dominate them, you can just wring it dry of of enemies, so you get the most experience you can. You wring it dry of loot, of all the different things you can harvest, and eventually you just manage to get a monopoly on all the items. Obviously, I haven't got any storage, so being able to make certain things like, say, a forge blade to increase my chances of getting legendary gear isn't really an option, but getting the gear to do it is. So that's what you've got to aim to do. Alright, I'm going to have to juke somewhere now. Alright. This is always a bit intense if you haven't got enough HP. There we go. Rague's Tooth! Very good! So that's a lance as opposed to this being a sword. Lances, again, if you aren't familiar, do this and you charge forward when you use them. And then if you input dash and attack at the same time, if I can do it, you do a big old dash. And then if you dash and attack at the end of the animation, you do another little dash. It's cool stuff you can do with lances, but swords are safer because you're not forced to move. But again, both very useful, both very good. I can recommend them both to anyone. Right, bear me just a second. Do you know what I've just thought, because this music's quite loud in my ears. I'm just going to check on the volume leveling, make sure that everything's okay, and as long as that's the case, we won't have a problem. We're okay, it's okay. It's alright, I've just got my headset turned up a little bit loud, and as the music was just coming to its crescendo, I decided to just quickly check, make sure everything's all in balance, everything's okay, and it all seems fine. So that's very, very good. In this, I've got music a little bit louder than I would have on my other videos so far in the game, because it's taken a bit of a backseat on this compared to on the other ones, compared to this, where it's more about the experience. I'd like to explore the music by Boyzu, who is an extremely talented artist, if you ask me. Genuinely, if you enjoy this game and you didn't get it in the Humble Bundle, buy the soundtrack. And I'm serious. Some of the best songs in this game, in fact, what I think is the singular best song on the soundtrack isn't actually in the game, but all the songs are really good. They're all really well done, so I can't judge them too much for that. Right, so that should be most of the loot drained from this level. Just got to make my way to the exit, and all being well, we'll be able to progress a bit further on. I don't want to go to the deep jungle. That's one of the many tricks you can kind of learn a bit early on. And that's because the deep jungle can poison you, and poison can kill you. I've got Dancing Slash as a mod. That's cool. The things that you want for mods, by the way, not for mods, for combat chips, I apologise. Combat chips, at least early on, is Bubble, and maybe Healing Wood? Not Healing Wood, Healing Wood. Because they are the best. They are the singular best mods. Chips, not mods, in the game. Oh, that milkshake, very good. Right. Still weapon, because I don't have anything else yet. Weapon, done. Okay, cool. So, I'm nearly level 4, which gives you additional stats. I've been looking at different things to try and just make a bit of a build. Atlanta's Eye. So, yeah, I'll buy them, because they're useful for now, at least. Maybe I can't use them this second, but maybe something pops up in a little bit that I'll need them for, and then at least I've got them for that. Oh yeah, I'm an Iron Man. Forgot about that. Sorry, it's just natural for me to try and check things like that. Try and put things away. That should do it. Okay. We're going to go in again. We're going to get a bit more stuff, and then we're going to go out and craft some armour. Maybe try our hands at getting another weapon. I'm not sure. Obviously, the risk this early of replacing your weapon, unless you start out with a different one, in like a regular mode or whatever, is that you have a chance to lose stats. And I mean that because if you don't craft another weapon of like a higher rarity, you just get like a standard rarity weapon, and it's a sword, but then it has less strength stats than this Aether Blade you're given at the start. You're kind of out of luck. It's not going too well for you, because it means the amount of damage that you've done before is now lower. I mean, at this level, I could lose one. I could lose a damage and I'll still be able to one-shot most of the enemies on this map, and it wouldn't be the end of the world. But it's also not something you want to risk, because, you know, you come across a boss and like Urgorak here, and it's just not as easy as it once was, and it takes that little bit longer to try and kill him. Huh? Get away from me. Get away from me. Okay, should get him now. There we go. So, okay. This is really... I don't want to say it's difficult to do, Ironman, because I really don't believe it is. It just takes time. And you have to be willing to give up everything you've already had if you want to do it from scratch. But of course, if you're at home and you want to try and play along or do something similar with Ironman, there's no shame in doing it on your main save if you're happy to waste one of the character slots for a little while. But the main premise of this is to show to everybody in the entire RogueLands universe, everyone who's ever played this game, that it's possible to beat this game with the bare minimum. It's possible to unlock everything you possibly want with the bare minimum. And I mean that. I've started out here with nothing to say for myself, no additional augments or races to choose from that you'd normally have. So at home, if you are doing Ironman, use them, use what you can, make it easy for yourself to just get extra augments and uniforms, which you get from this. Feel free. But I want to show a brand new player, if someone's just coming into this game for the first time ever, and they think, oh, it's too hard, or oh, I'm not getting anything because I haven't died, or whatever, if it's too easy for them, then it's still worth sticking around. And at least if you're not dying on Ironman, you're earning, you know, rewards for it. You're earning, every 10 levels you get like something for your account, and that's not including, you know, the chances to get other races, or the chances from like opening chests, or harvesting everything all in one run. And the point of this character, for as long as I've been thinking about it anyway, is to show you can go from nothing to something. To show that you can complete all the bosses, including the creator, when that's finally in. This character will stay around that long, I swear to you. Where when the creator is finally implemented, there's an achievement that gives you like the last uniform or race or augment or something for beating the creator on Ironman mode. And that's what I want to do. Oh, that's very good. I like that. That's what I want to do. I'll grab shock as well. I want to be able to show you this is a character you can see from inception. Oh my! From inception, from level 1, you can see going way higher into the world around it. I'm going to go back actually. I don't need that gas bug right now. I do not want a Urgorak's tooth. Close on our Calcom, on enough Shmoo cards. Okay. But you can see me from the point this character was made to the point that it eventually dies. It's got to be something that you can respect. It's got to be something that you can say, look, he did it from level 1 to level 100, got everything you could possibly get from that, and then continued with the character, didn't let it die once, didn't let it, you know, ever hit the sides, it never did anything to actually die, and you can see it from inception to completion to get the very last thing the game has to offer. And then the final moments of this character, it's going to be like, it's like a RogueLands version of the Truman Show. That is the weirdest thing I could possibly think of off the top of my head. The RogueLands version of the Truman Show, because you're watching him from a child and then becoming something so much more. And that's what this is all about. It's about proving to other people, proving to myself no less, that it is possible to beat this game, to win at RogueLands without, you know, I wouldn't say, I'm treading on wet water here. It's not the easiest game ever made, I grant you, but there's just a learning curve, I feel, that, and having grasped that learning curve by the crown jewels and just telling him this is what's what, and understanding how to progress through the game from there, I can take any character of any level and beat any boss. You tell me what it is, I'll do it, and I'll get there. I just need to be able to get my surroundings into check and just progress through that way. And I'm going back for some more milkshake. And some good milkshake. Right then. So, what I'm going to do is get rid of these Shmoo cards, because you can sell those for credits. And then I'm going to sell my scrap, because no one cares about scrap. And spicy seeds I don't really need, to be honest. Is there anything else I can give you here? It was Orichalcum, Galactosites. So no, not yet. I'll put this down here actually out of the way. And we're going to have a look at how to get some extra gear. So, Let me have just another cut. Just going to check again to get some more stuff out of the Gear Forge. Okay, so I've organised some things into nice little patterns so I know what to combine. I've got my 3 droids, and right here I've got a shield. Right here I'm going to get a helm. And right here I'm going to get some armour. Now, I'm not particularly bothered by the grade of these, and if I was making like a super high level endgame build, then yeah, sure, I would be, but for now, these are just giving me the best stats I could possibly ask for, and I mean that. The stats that they can offer are integral to success, and just make sure everything's sort of organised and okay. Yeah, that should be fine. Have one of them. It's integral to success, absolutely. So these just give me more raw stats. Again, the stats I had before, because I need to see for myself, was 21. I mean, putting these on doesn't give me a lot more, but it gives me additional damage, so I've got an extra 3 dex, and I've got a little bit extra strength as well. So it's going to put me in a better position to continue through the game, deal more damage, survive a bit longer, and of course that's great. That's exactly what you want. Absolutely what you want. I forgot to move my healing ward. So yeah, there you go. I'm hitting 23s now, because my strength changed, obviously. But that's great. That's great news. So, this character, what did I call him? Steel. That's what I call him, Steel. He's going to live. He's going to live for a long, long time, and you'll get to see his unfortunate demise when the time comes. I've got another dancing flash. Great. You get to see his unfortunate demise when the time comes, and I'm hoping, and again, I've done this before, so I'm quietly confident. I don't want to outright say, I'm the best at this game, I'll never die. I never want to say that. I want to say something along the lines of, you know, I should hope I'll be able to do this with relative ease. I should hope that I shouldn't die, and if I do, I shouldn't die too often. Covering about, give me something good. Yeah, that's alright. My health pack 2s, I'll need those later. But either way, I'll be able to show progression through the game and hopefully show you something worthwhile at the end and maybe stick around long enough to beat the creator, because that is my goal. It's not in the game yet, so it'll be a while. This is gonna be a trans version, I guess, sort of game save, so this is why I've kept it separate, because then at least this way that no one can ever accuse me of cheating, of anything else that's possible in the game right now, as you'd be led to believe by the RogueLands subreddit. There's no way to cheat Ironman, as far as I know. So, I mean, I've just got to get this to as high a level I can, get the best gear I can possibly think of, manifest a build. I didn't go in with a particular build in mind, I just went with a general character so that I can have a general, oh dear, so I can have a general thing to bend to my will later on. And hopefully I'll be able to kill Bullfog, I'll be able to kill Azazel, and we'll see what comes of this within the coming weeks. But as I said, this is the first day where my family are away, which means I've got a lot more time to record, and although some of it will be spent just in general playing through RogueLands to get the Ultimate Weapon series continuing with a bunch more recordings on the way. I've got a few recorded that I need to edit already. I've got to do a few more. In between, obviously RogueLands is the only thing that's on the channel right now. I've done like an odd video on Warframe and like a little bit of a chat about Pokemon. Those are games that I play and games that I am interested in. But that doesn't necessarily mean that... What's my faith stat? 10. Okay. That doesn't necessarily mean that it's something I'm going to stick to for a while. And RogueLands, at least while I'm playing the game, making content on it isn't a chore. It isn't something I have to worry about. It isn't something that I need to fear putting time into. It's something that I enjoy. And I hope I can maintain that by bringing other people along on the ride with me and showing off some certain things. And there's... When I had to kill off my... Oh, Tyrannog, okay. That's not good. Okay, right. I'm going to heal myself. I did not dodge that. Alright, Tyrannog's going to be a pain. Do we fight him? Yeah, why not? Ha! Where'd he go? Did he fall? Tyrannog, you dumbo! Ah! Okay, firing his little projectiles. Firing his little projectiles. Another jump. Oh dear. Ugh. Okay, sorry, I'm having to concentrate now. But bringing other people along for the ride is going to be an interesting adventure for me. There we go. Okay, I didn't expect that to work, but I'm happy it did. Okay, that was useful. I used Dancing Slash for the first time. That's kind of nice. It's a good job I have like half decent strength. But yeah, that deals it deals twice your strength stat, but it's like the most useless thing ever because it does this. just like fires you forward, and if you're in the air, you got launched to the ground. Depending, well, apparently it's when you. I thought you always launched to the ground. I am incredibly wrong. Perhaps it's when you're falling. What did I do? What? Hang on, hang on. Let's figure this out. Oh, it's wherever your mouse. Oh, that's very cool. Ha! Very nice. Okay, that's cool. It's wherever your mouse cursor is pointing. I don't use it. It's kind of bad, but I mean, it does damage, which is something that I haven't really been able to say for everything else. Ah! But of course, this is just an example that you've got to make use of what you've got. You've got to be able to persevere through the game by, not necessarily by understanding, but on execution and on resourcefulness. And I recognise in that situation, Tyrannog's getting close to me. I can't really hit him without being particularly unsafe. So I may as well turn tail and run away, but I can use this instead. So I used it and happened to kill him. Very cool. Okay, right. I'm going to grab that. I've already got healing ward. I'll grab this. Wow, lots of healing wards, no bubbles. That's upsetting. I'm just grabbing some extra bits and pieces that I know I can use. Because, and once again, this is controversial, but your credits aren't super important in Ironman mode. Not yet. And, ooh, I'm not going to bother doing the quest yet, but I do need one of those for later. I'll pop this here as well. Yeah, the quests and stuff are significantly more dangerous than the rest of the game. Especially for newer players, so I'm going to steer clear of those until I feel like I'm comfortable completing the quest line, which I will do. And I've sort of lost where I was going, which is kind of awkward, but I'm going to carry on as I was. We're going to do this level again. The things I'm trying to think I was going to go over, what was it? You know what? No, it's time for a break. It's time for a break. So I'm going to run a little advertisement, and then I'm going to come back just after the break. Hopefully you won't miss too much. It's just something I'm going to try and do with this series. Why am I turning the wrong way? It's something I'm going to try and do with this series, and... What? What's happened? Excuse me? I'm going to leave this level, because I don't know what's happened here. I'll take the portal uses, though. What? Ow. I'm gonna leave this demon level. Are we done? Nope. I'm going back to ship. What's happening? Either way, it's time for a break. Something I'm going to try with these where I'm just cutting it down the middle loosely. I'm putting an advertisement. Instead of having to pre-roll one at the start or put like anything else up on the screen, I'm just going to run this one in the middle, and all being well, you can click on it if you want. It's up to you. That's how advertisements work. But it's like a little commercial break, a little snap in the middle, so if people want to stop watching now and then come back later on and watch the rest, you can. It's a place for you to do that because the content is more long form than just like describing something else. So I'm going to re-open the game, sort things out from there. Please enjoy this short advertisement. I'll be back in just a second. Okay, I've reloaded. Welcome back. Got to check on something here. Okay, that's where I was going. Okay, right. Credits. Credits are incredibly... they're just a non-factor. For me, at least with RogueLands, credits are earned... This is still buggy. What's going on? I'm going to reopen the game. Third time's a charm. Let's have a look. Okay, it seems working now. I think we're safe. Nothing's going to explode. Okay. Anyway. This game. Credits are a non-factor. And credits are a non-factor because basically they're really easily obtained. And they can be used for a multitude of things. Later on, credits become important so I can get to the Forbidden Arena, because it costs quite a lot of money to get there in the first place. And then if you want to do anything in any of the challenge levels or challenge modes, you need to earn money to get there as well, even though they're the best places to grind money. So it's as true as in real life. You gotta earn money. You gotta have money to make money, or whatever the expression is. I'm not good with expressions, apparently. But them's the rules. That's how it works. I'm gonna leave that there. That seems fine. But for me, at least for now, I'm going to get rid of this dumb beetle. For me, at least for now, it's something that I need to keep a hold of because I want to upgrade a ton of things. So if you see me holding on to credits as I am now, it's because I want to get more credits to upgrade more droids or to complete a few things as we go. But there's plenty of ways to earn it, such as that. But here I've got none of those I can do right now, and as much as I do want the mystery gifts, I'm not going to get any ghast emblems until I get to the Bifrost. So I'm going to reset that. 5 iPods, I can do that. Get me 2 mystery gifts. That's cool. So I'm going to abuse the quest, which I didn't even think of doing before this started. I'm going to abuse the hell out of the quests and get as far as I can, using that as a way to gain extra experience, extra items, and hopefully be able to get some good stuff out of that. Okay, Tyrannog. Okay, just 50. That's cool. That did not work. How cheap is this? 2? Ow, I thought I dodged that. Oh well. Hey! Hey! I got him. It's alright. It's all good. Just gonna heal a little bit. Yeah. And I got one of those. That's more expensive. That's 15. There we go. Right, so what was it? It's... I don't remember what the scaling is. I think it's a 1/6 of your faith stat. Oh well. It healed me enough, didn't it? That's fine. Hey, another card. But yeah, credits are kind of useless. They have their uses, obviously, and later on you're going to need tons, so that there's an argument to be made about reserving them now and just trying to get them till later on, so that you can get easier and faster access into places. But at the same time, there are better places to grind credits than the first level of the game that's on no challenge level, just a standard difficulty. And for that reason, you know, I get them however I can right now, so that later on I should hope to be able to progress through the game and obviously be able to earn more credits and then do what I need to do there instead. That's like 2 damage. Oh no, well, I've got more than that. There you go. What was it? 9? Must be 18. Cool. Right then. So yeah, doing all the quests I can, getting all the mystery gifts I possibly can. And the importance of those is that they give you a chance of getting more gear, they give you emblems of any type, they give you tons of stuff. And because of that, they become incredibly valuable in Ironman. Unfortunately, because of their random nature, it's not always possible to predict what you're going to get, and the actual chances of getting something useful is like... It's 1 in 100 chance to get something to drop that's useful, but I'm not sure if there's like 100 drops in there, and of those there's like... For mystery gifts, I think it's... Hang on, let me just jump this. Mystery gifts, it's 4. So that'd be like 4 out of 100. You should like get 1 out of 100 to get it, but there's 4 items that are actually useful. So to get one that you actually need is difficult, but if you get one, it saves you a lot of time because it's not quite as good. But because it's like, well, they're not quite as good as legendary ultimate gear. But because 4th age armor, helmets and armor it is, come as legendary by default, there's a significant chance that... There we go. There's a significant chance that it'll be better stats than the ones you've got now, which makes them very useful. It makes them very, very desirable in general. And hopefully our next quest will be the same sort of thing. Right, so we're going to do armor, because that one was right there. There's a bubble. Fantastic. Right, just kill all these off. Lots of schmooze. There we go. Another one. Open a chest. Give me a ring. No ring. I want bubble though. That's great. Just jump down here. 2 mystery gifts. Okay, these I'm not going to be able to do, so I'm going to refresh those when I can. These I will keep safe. Swap that around. I don't think there's anything else I can do, so I'm just going to do this. As you can see there, I've got some credits and also some flutterflies. So it's kind of random what you get out of those, but that's okay. I'm going to reset these again. Galactosites, 50 orichalcum, 10 glow shrooms. Again, these aren't great ones, but I can keep them because they are a bit more achievable than the ones before. I'm going to put bubble on here, get rid of my intelligence chip and replace it again with this, and that should be good. So the amount of sources you can get these credits from, at least in the game, and I know I'm stuck on this point for a long time, but it's because it is important. The amount of sources you can get them from, like this card here, is 700 credits. And the drop chance on these is it's relatively low. You get them more commonly than you'll get like 4th age armor and mystery gifts, because that's relevant. But at the same time, you get quite a lot of money from them, for this point in the game anyway. And you get scrap, which you can sell if you're not trying to customize your ship, which again, I'm not. I'm just going to sell it. And scrap sells for... 1 scrap is 2 credits, so obviously you sell 100, you get 200 credits, you sell 2,000, you get 4,000 credits. It works like that, so it's very useful to have those. And there is a bit of like a bug not a dune bug like I just killed. There's a bit of a bug in the game, and I might be using it. It depends if it gets patched out or not. Basically, you can have more than the intended. You can have more than the intended amount of credits. Like, credits are meant to stack up to 9,999. But if you get a stack of, let's say, scrap, 9,999 scrap, and then you sell it to the item trasher, like the golem in the ship, he gives you at a rate of 2 credits per 1 scrap, a stack back. But because he can only give you 1 item, it's programmed to give you all of it at once. And so instead of receiving 2 stacks of 9,999, you get 1 stack of 19,998. And that's bypassed the cap of credits that you can technically own, but at the same time, you have them all in 1 stack, which saves space. And in Ironman, where this is all the space I'll ever have, that's an incredibly useful tactic. So if the game still permits me to within the future, and I get to that point where I've got that many credits just spare, which likely means I've got maxed out ship droids, I've got, you know, the ability to just get that sort of credit, those sorts of credits pretty quickly. What I'll probably end up doing is turning all of my credits into wealth trophies, which is, each one of those is worth 9,999 credits. And then if you trash them at the item trasher, he gives you that value back, that whatever you bought them for. So say you've got 50, you'll get like effectively like 500,000 credits back, but all in 1 stack if you trash them. So because of that, you can get like massive stacks of credits, which is very useful because again it only takes up 1 slot. But at the very least, you can get wealth trophies and credits, which only take up 2. So it's not the end of the world. In any case, later on I will be dealing with those sorts of problems. For now, the main problem is, you know, killing mobs, moving on through this sort of world as it comes across to us. And that's about it. Like, there's not that much at risk anymore because I've been playing for about 45 minutes, and I've not really, aside from the start where I fell to like 2 HP, I've not really faced any adversity. But that goes to show you that the hardest levels, and I mean this, the hardest levels are the earlier ones. And I'm level 19 now. I'm like nearly a fifth of the way there level-wise, but experience-wise I'm not even close. What I'm doing here is just doing the same level over and over again, because it's the best way. Oh no, I can't afford that, but that's a strength 10. That's a rare, sort of like a relatively rare thing in this this level, because it's the earliest level in the game. You can get dead, thank you. Okay, you get dead too. But yeah, hopefully I'm going to try and do this a couple more times, get to a point where I can go to... Can I put these in? I can, okay. Put that in there as well then. Save some room, don't have any glow shrooms though. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to go through till my inventory's full, or until I'm ready to just... Oh, keep doing that. Go to my inventory's full, or just keep running through until I get to a different zone. But in the meantime, I've got milkshake to drink. So good. So good. If anyone is interested, we get about 2 weeks of summer here in the UK, and we're smack bang in the middle of it, as I mentioned just earlier on, because of the heat wave that was in Spain. Slowly moved over here, and it's brought a few storms, and obviously the sun with it. We had the hottest day of the year this week. We've had, you know, a fair bit of interaction with different parts of the world, where Australia's at lows of like 8 degrees Celsius, and we're at highs of 31, 32, and in some places like 34. So, you know, it's been a pretty insane week, and that means good things. It means fantastic things. So I'm home alone. I get to relax, get to do whatever the hell I want. It means record without interruption, aside from the dogs or like the post or something. It means I can spend hours upon hours a day trying to play this game. And I'm hoping that I'll be able to finish this session up in a little while, because I'm, like I said, I'm aiming for about an hour on the episodes. With a little bit of cutting around, it should be fine. But it means I can record more than 1 episode a day. I can record 2 or 3, as opposed to with the Ultimate Weapons series, which is the type of content I do want to make probably more often, as these are just like going to be long form content for people to watch. If they want to see like a series, a coherent, I say coherent, I'm not the most incoherent in my life. Just want to see like a coherent package, whereas like these short form, small envelopes of information aren't that easy to just get into and watch religiously, because it's not something you're going to need. People are going to watch those videos as and when they need to. When they say, oh, what's the Cataclysm gun do? And I can be like, I'll do a video on the Cataclysm, and that's it. That's all I have to do. But you know, that's fun in its own right. It's easy for me to make because I can put a lot of the work in when my family are home, and then all I need is for most people to be downstairs, or doing whatever else with their lives, even just like going out themselves, and it takes me all of 10-20 minutes to record a video, and I can edit it again in my own time, which is fine. But when the people are out, this is the type of thing I can do instead. And I thought about what games I was going to play, and maybe I'll play some other things other than just RogueLands. But RogueLands is something that people on the channel, if you're here already, are familiar with. It's things that people are probably interested in, I'd hope anyway. And of course, it gives me an opportunity to just flex my muscles a little bit, to be able to say, this game isn't that hard, and I can show you how to do it. Instead of just like gloating and telling you I'm the best, as I mentioned earlier, I can show you how to be the best. I can show you what to do. And a lot of it is understanding, and having played this game for upwards of 200 hours, that understanding has come to me. I have learned everything. But tell you what, normally in these sorts of videos you get like anecdotal stories or something about how this is how I met my wife, this is the time that my car got drove into, this is the time I had a car crash. Well, I don't have many interesting stories like that. I'm 22, I went to university, and I haven't really done anything spectacular with my life. But what I have done is sat and played a lot of games, and I can talk a little bit about a few stories from that, I suppose. And one of the main ones that I'm going to talk about, at least today, is the first character I lost on RogueLands. Now, this was an absolute body blow, and I don't mean these sorts of characters like I've got now, like a level 20 that's just straight off the box, just running around and just dying like early levels, which did happen. But I mean, the first time a main character, something I was genuinely invested in, sometimes I was actually enjoying the game, and it died. And I'll tell you exactly where it was. It was in the Bifrost, and let me tell you, it tugged on my heartstrings. If anyone's familiar with the expression salt or saltine in reference to people being sour, bitter, whatever else, upset about losing at a game or something, I had never experienced it on such a scale until I died in RogueLands. I get it quite a lot with Minecraft, to tell you the truth. Like, if I die when I'm on Minecraft and I've got a character and it just like dies in the end, there's no way for me to get my stuff back, I'm quite angry. Not in a way that I'm going to go and punch somebody, because that's not healthy, don't do that. But in the way that you're upset and you take some time away from the game because it's just a bit too much at the time for you to really be able to appreciate the game has a lot more to offer than just that one character or that one inventory full of items or whatever. So the first time I lost a character was in the Bifrost, and I played the game very reservedly for a long time, and it was like, I'll go into levels and be very timid, and I will only go in when I'm sure I can beat it. And I was reading up on the wiki at the time, like, which of the levels is the hardest ones, which ones should I avoid, and one that I was constantly told to avoid was called the Bifrost. Now, the Bifrost is the ice level. It has frost, which is something I'd never encountered before, in terms of just general status effects. And the thing that I said to myself at this point was that I would never, ever go to the Molten Crag. And the reason for that, I don't know where I used my healing wood there. That was a waste of energy. But yeah, it was Molten Crag, because apparently it was really scary and the boss was quite difficult to kill. So I was 100% sure I wasn't going to go there. That's the rock worm, by the way. The rock scarab, he's not that difficult. So I was 100% sure I wasn't going to go there. But the Bifrost was like on the fringe of what I thought I should be able to achieve. And to be fair, I did beat it. I bet it once and I was happy. I bet it twice and I was ecstatic. Third time I went in, I got surrounded. And I mean this genuinely. The wickeds in that map just hoard around you sometimes. If you can't kill them fast enough, which I couldn't, you had to take the level very slowly. But even then, there's sometimes an opportunity where you cannot actually get away from them. And I was stuck between ice wall after ice wall, and it just slowed me down with no way to escape. And my first character, my first real character, died. And I was genuinely upset. Like, having seen the mobs that were there, I was like, Yetis, they're fine, I can dodge the snowball. You know, the wisps, they're no problem. Hi, Percival. Oh, one world fragment, excellent. Oh, another one, let's go. Yeah, wisps, no problem whatsoever. Everything was going hunky-dory, no problem. Oh, you're over here. But then I got surrounded, and it's the first time I've ever been surrounded in the game, and I was scared, like genuinely scared. There we go. Oh, I got a strat. It's fine. Everything's okay. Did get you, didn't you? I got one world fragment. That's right. But I'd never ever seen it, and I've had a genuine fear for the Bifrost ever since. And when I started playing again just a couple of months ago, I was very, very careful about the Bifrost. And I remember sitting on Discord with a couple of my friends from high school. Like, we're not still at high school, we used to be there together, just to clarify. Ow. And when we were both there, we were all sat down and talking, and I had to ask them, do I risk this character's life? The only character I care about right now, do I risk its life and go into the Bifrost? And my only other friend that had any context of what a roguelike, roguelite, or whatever else you could think of to call this game anyway, had to say was, do it. And I had to genuinely think about what I was risking. But I did it, and I carried on, and from there, the trajectory that I was sent off at, having lost a lot of fear, but understanding how to beat the game, and how to approach new enemies, as he says as he gets hit by one, how to approach new levels and things. I learned a lot about the game, and yeah, I found that I was able to succeed, where otherwise I would have failed. And that learning curve, that thing I mentioned earlier, that's what that is. It's learning how to approach things in the game, being cautious, but not too cautious. Like, you want to put yourself at risk, because death is how you progress. You want to put yourself in harm's way, and if you don't, that's fine, but you'll never get anywhere. And Ironman, I think, exemplifies that better than any other mode in the game, purely because... Are we going to get level 3? Yes. Purely because you can't rely on other characters to pick up where you die. You can't rely on other things to work like that. You've got to be able to calculate what's going to happen, or at least take a calculated risk, and express yourself in such a way that you can succeed or you will fail, and don't give yourself a choice. And that's how you make progression within this game anyway. That's kind of where I'm at. Right then, I've got a couple more runs I want to do, but as you can see, the stuff we've actually been getting, the actual loot, and all the rest of the things that dropped, I've got quite a lot of, so now I don't have to worry too much about gear and things, but I'm going to make some more of it, and I'll say this quite openly, and I'm going to use these actually while we're here. Just use these whenever you can, because you don't want them taking up space and they're free experience, and it gets you to 100 a little bit quicker. Where are you? Just use it for a second. Trash, trash, trash. And where's my scrap gone? There it is. There we go. Quite a few credits there. Not bad. I'm just going to quickly talk to Mr. Robot. You can have those. And Glowstream, you can have that. Galactosites, you can have that. And don't need chitin fragments, don't need monster claws. Mana pack I'll keep. Ghast emblems I don't need, but I'll keep because they're quite difficult to get. I say difficult to get, they're difficult to get for an Iron Man character right now. But yeah, that's fine. I'm going to make a few more potions. Over here. I can make plenty of these, it's not the end of the world. That should do. And then I'm going to turn the rest of this stuff into emblems, I believe. I've got to make 9 more. Will that be okay? Yeah, that should be fine. Okay, so I basically want to keep one of everything here. I'm going to make 11 emblems. And by basically doing this, I'm keeping my inventory semi-organised at least, so that I have something to worry about later on. What I'm going to do is I'm going to remake the things I've already made. This seems like a dumb idea, but the stats they can give you from an epic one, I don't need to do that. What am I doing? Helmet. Oh, legendary. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Armor. Okay, I would have run out if I do another one, so I'm just going to leave it. But there we go. Basically, the stats I get from the old one was so small compared to this, and these are the things that make you more powerful. So what I'm doing here is I'm just getting the basic gear, the thing that takes the least amount of time to actually get, trying to get the highest rarity version of it. I'll stop at epic because I'm happy with epic gear, especially for Iron Man. Legendary would be ideal, and maybe I'll do it later on if I decide on a build I want to use. But for right now, legendary or epic quality items, even of the most basic variety, are the best. And I say that with no hesitation, because the amount of stats that these give you is equal to the rest of my gear. That gives me 2 decks at level 2, and this gives me 10 decks at level 1. And it goes to show you just how much effort you can put in and still achieve, next to nothing. So I want to try and get the best gear I possibly can. Chances are I'm going to try and get siege stuff, because it gives me most of the stats that I need. And I've got some stuff here. So, I'm going to upgrade all these as well. What's the next one? 5,000 each, which I cannot do. These go up to level 10, I believe, so might be level 5 actually. I think it's 10. It's like a whole stack of credits to level each one up. But you can do these things over time. What am I doing? Do these things over time and earn different pieces of gear or earn other things to be able to use it in your ventures through the adventures. I apologise. Adventures through all the planets. So, going to use these a little bit longer. 1 credits and more credits. That's fine. Nothing else I need to sell. I'm going to do just a couple more runs here just so we can see the damage increase, hopefully, that we've got from this, and level it up a little bit. And that should be good for today, all being well. Or at least for this episode. I'll probably record some more in a little while. Did I get any planet? I did not. So, again, Desolate Canyon is free. Deep Jungle, don't bother. It's a lot more difficult, and the mob, like the boss there, is more difficult to hit with melee, and you can be poisoned, which does damage over time, which means you run out of potions faster. It's just not worth it. I'm now doing 44 every hit, right? 44, 66 on a crit. That's really good. I'm level 22, and the damage I can do, I say it's really good. It's good for an Ironman. Let's call it that. And I'm just, at the minute, just praying to the RNGesus, to the random number gods, to Lucifer, to whoever else you want to say that you can pray to for luck in video games. I'm praying to them just to give me the best gear I can possibly get. And I was rewarded with, so far I've had 2 epics and a legendary, which was my droid, my shield, and my helmet, which is great. Obviously, I'm going to try and get a different weapon as we progress, and the weapon is usually what dictates a build. So I do need to sort of invest some time into that. But that's not to say it's impossible, and it's not to say that I won't bother. But between episodes, I'll probably do a little bit of research, because unfortunately, it's not something I can just find out offhandedly. And I mean, for a genuine, like, authentic experience, I could not have looked up any of the recipes, which is of course an option. But it also makes things infinitely harder when you've got a resource like that available at your disposal. So I may as well use it. There's not much shame in it. I'm not afraid to use it, especially when on one end of my channel I'm effectively, I don't want to say it nastily, I'm effectively rewriting the wiki, where like the ultimate weapons aren't, the section for them isn't sufficient enough for the weapons themselves. Like, it doesn't give us enough information, which is why I started the Ultimate Weapon series in general. Because if people want to know something about a specific weapon, they search it on YouTube, and there I am. I've got something for you straight away. Whatever you need to know, there it is. And if you ask any questions, I'll be happy to answer them. And in turn, I get to learn more about the weapons, and I get to see when something is wrong on the wiki. And it's been on more than one occasion that it is incorrect. The numbers that it's given me, or sort of description of certain things, is wrong. And in those cases, I have to be the one to fix them. I mean, that's not always the case. Someone else could fix them, but not everybody's trying to make every single ultimate weapon in the game. So I'm there, kind of on my own, just trying to fix things as they're already broken. But that's how it is, unfortunately. That's exactly how it is. Okay, we're coming up on the hour, so I'm feeling quite good about myself. Just recording. Again, these things are kind of just one take. It's nothing particularly difficult editing-wise. Again, long-form content, less produced, but more... I suppose more laid back, a bit more... what more people might be interested in. Again, it's something for the channel itself, where usually I might be... usually if I'm producing highly edited content or short form content, the amount of people that actually stick around and will want to watch it will diminish. It absolutely will, because people will obtain that information, retain it, and never come back, which is fine. That's what it's there for. That's what the wiki's there for. That's what my videos are there for in turn. But Let's Plays, things of this nature, my rags to riches, this entire exploration is something different. It's of a different animal, of a different beast. And I hope that people understand that, and I hope that some people do enjoy this content. I'm really happy if you do enjoy it. If you don't, it's not the end of the world. This was a very good little town. Look at that, very good. Yeah, I'm really happy if you do enjoy it. If you don't, obviously let me know. Shut up, I didn't unplug anything from the audio jack. But obviously let me know if there's anything you want me to improve. I'm doing a few of these in bulk, so obviously let me know as soon as you can, and I'll try and make adjustments as and when that comes up. But that's it for now. That's the first episode of this of my Ironman playthrough. I don't really want to call them Let's Plays, because they're not really. I suppose they are, but it's not an informative thing as Let's Plays used to be. It's more of just me playing through. It is a playthrough. It's very cool. So yes, thank you very much for joining me. Obviously, subscribe if you want to see more of this series. There's plenty more on the way. I'm currently level 22. Need to get to level 100, and then from there we can worry about bosses and stuff, because they will get significantly more difficult as time goes on. So thank you very much for joining me. If you do want to see more any changes, again, let me know. But until then, have fun, look after yourselves, have a great summer. I'll see you guys very, very soon.